YouTube? What up, YouTube? It's your boy number 4. And you know I got my ski. Alright, gang, today we're back with another video, man. Today we got the mini murders of Lil Durk. Part 8. Y'all know what's going on by now. I ain't got to talk too much, so I'm not going to say too much. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you hit that like button. Let's get at least 15 likes. And hit that subscribe button. Let's go.
Hey, in life shit, I don't really need nobody, I don't really even need nobody. I'ma take off, but they ain't tryna see me grind. All them niggas tryna see me behind them. I just want to rollie, said fuck all the time. It just been me in the booth, nigga grind. Nigga be snake, all these fuck nigga grind. Telling the truth and they stay
of cash to other members as potential proof of this bounty being handed down. Furthermore, the person placing this bounty allegedly being someone who bought custom-made chains for O-Block members. Indeed, the Fed's investigation would also focus on the so-called O-Block chains that King Von had actually purchased for many members of his set, both before and after Duck's murder, with many of the alleged killers of Duck also receiving one, as Von would apparently spend over $100,000 to buy altogether 16 O-Block chains. The timing of these purchases and the distribution of the chains to prominent members of O-Block, including the alleged killers, appeared to symbolize loyalty and respect within the gang's ranks, as well as possibly being a reward for a job well done with regards to the Duck murder. For example, Muwop could be seen with Von at the jewelry store shopping for additional O-Block chains a mere 6 days after the murder, while others, like C Murder, could also be seen posing with the chain on his social media just a few days after the murder. Interestingly, also Lil Durk himself seemingly received one of these chains, while Boss Top was alleged to be one of the leaders of O-Block alongside Von during the trial, with Top actually describing the chain as a hood trophy. But wearing the O-Block chain was by no means Lil Durk's only connection to Duck's murder, because in the years following Duck's passing, Lil Durk would diss FBG Duck several times in his music. For example, in his December 2020 song Redman, Duck would mention how he knows someone who died with a famous name, but his friends still haven't slid for him. This possibly being a reference to the fact that FBG Duck's set, STL-EBT, aka Tukaville, would seemingly not retaliate following his murder, with apparent posts circulating suggesting that Duck's people were frustrated that nobody actually got revenge for him. However, the more clear-cut disses towards FBG Duck would start in early 2021, as Lil Durk would release the brutally named song Should Have Ducked, together with Memphis rapper Pooh Shiesty, where Lil Durk raps how he gets so high, he gets high as Duck, a reference to Duck being dead and in heaven. As Duck's mother, Lashina Weekly, aka Mama Duck, would hear Durk play the song in late 2020, she would hop on social media to point out how Durk was monetizing her son's death, whilst also mentioning how Lil Durk had not been mentioning FBG Duck while he was alive, seemingly unaware of just how far back the animosity between these two goes.
Now he wanna get high. He about to get high like Duck. Durk. He hurt V-Roy. Well, he better take that who made the V-Roy gone. Not my mother, son. Cause he ain't do it. Remember they had a song together. Remember they had their differences. Study one for the industry. This is proof. Y'all really showing. Y'all rich out mixing in my mother's son. Y'all rich out mixing in Tuka.
I wouldn't say rich off, you know what I'm saying, but I kind of get what she's saying. You feel me a little bit, but I didn't see none of this, gang. I never seen none of these videos. I mean, I heard about her trying to sue or whatever, but I ain't never seen none of these videos, and I ain't know King Von put them niggas' names on the back of the chain. Oh, this shit new to me.
Show your craft. Do something else besides this and music. Show my that you really go pop. Like my son was trying to do. He was trying to cross over. Yo, sitting up here mixing somebody who ain't get too about you. He was right. You probably did Illuminati here. You probably did say him to get body. Now you study this in my son. And it's Christmas. Beautiful Christmas. That don't make no sense. How y'all used to be as one. Y'all got y'all in the industry and blackball all the GDs. Trying to well, I'ma just keep that real. Don't make no sense. Why is this man mixing in my son? He never did it while he was alive. And if he did do it, he sneak this and do it. He sneak this and do it.
Do y'all know anything about Duck Daddy? You know what I'm saying? Like, I never seen him or like heard about him as much as I heard about the mama. You know what I'm saying? But typical. If we don't know too much about his daddy, you feel me?
Always went around it. Oh, now you're so freely. You can say my son's name. He not your op, baby. Go after the mother who got you sick. You feeling like us. We all unite and show these or whatever the case may be.
What?
You coming for the wrong baby.
Nah, she didn't just say that.
The dissing would continue only a few months later on OTF's group album Loyal Bros, which would interestingly feature the infamous O Block chain on the cover. And in his verse for the song Dying to Hit 'Em, Durk would make another rather obvious reference to Duck getting killed outside the Dolce & Gabbana store, saying that the ops get dropped right at designer stores. In June 2021, a few months before O Block members would be hit with the indictment, Lil Durk would release a joint album together with Atlanta rapper Lil Baby titled Voice of the Heroes, which would include the song Still Running featuring
which he was dissing on there a lot.
Meek Mill. And in his verse, Lil Durk would rap several bars that seemed to insinuate people close to him being behind Duck's murder, as he would say how his team might have taken a few L's, but in Chicago, they're winning for sure, before making a poorly disguised reference to FBG Duck, which is only covered by the sound of a gunshot, whilst also mentioning how Duck had nowhere to go when he tried to run and failed ducking when the shooting started. Lil Durk would seemingly even enjoy making creative disses towards Duck in his personal life. In March 2022, one of the world's most famous country music stars, Morgan Wallen, who had been collaborating with Lil Durk, would respond to one of Durk's posts with a bunch of duck emojis. As drill fans would see this, they would quickly check Morgan in the comments. After that, Morgan Wallen would publish an apology, saying that he had no clue that he was disrespecting the dead, and saying that Durk would always talk to him about going duck hunting, with fans quickly.
I seen that, bro. Like, that is crazy, bro. This nigga Lil Durk. I ain't gonna say too much good. Like, y'all see what's going on, gang. Duck hunting? Duck hunting?
Realizing that Durk had seemingly been trolling Morgan Wallen behind the scenes, telling him that duck hunting was one of his favorite hobbies. Wallen, who is actually an avid duck hunter himself, had no idea what this dark alternative meaning might have meant to Lil Durk. Fans would actually even make note.
This nigga told a professional duck hunter that I'd be going duck hunting.
Of Durk's many references to FBG Duck, with memes being made joking about how hard Durk seemed to work on coming up with complicated and intricate ways to diss FBG Duck. However, in November 2022, Lil Durk would seemingly have a change of heart, as he would announce to Rolling Stone magazine that he was done dissing the dead. This announcement, interestingly, taking place only a few months after the murder of Lil Pab, that Durk would eventually be indicted for. But anyway, in January 2023, FBG Duck's mother would comment on the case against his son's killers, saying how she was not going to be satisfied until everyone in the murder would face justice, before making a special emphasis on the word everyone. And in a now deleted comment, she would further
Hey, want to know how I got this $50,000 check for an accident I was involved in over 5 months ago? Look, if you've been
specify how she found it unbelievable that Lil Durk wouldn't also get locked up for the murder. However, a few months later, she would seemingly change her mind, instead contacting Durk via Instagram to congratulate him on the anti-violence initiatives that he was working on in Chicago with his Neighborhood Heroes Foundation, and asking if Durk would also meet with her Mothers of Peace Foundation. But perhaps, rather unsurprisingly, it doesn't seem that Durk ever took her up on her offer, and it soon seemed that Mama Duck would have a change of heart again, taking aim at Durk with a vengeance. As in October 2024, FBG Duck's mother, together with the mother of his child and another man, the latter two who both got shot during FBG Duck's murder, would actually sue Lil Durk, King Von's estate, and several record labels who had done business with OTF for the wrongful death of FBG Duck. The rap media would report on this explosive wrongful death lawsuit. This civil case, filed by a law firm on behalf of the FBG Duck's family, alleges that Lil Durk, together with King Von and their affiliated groups OTF and O Block, conspired to kill Duck and then profit from his murder.
It's been 4 years since Chicago rapper FBG Duck was killed, and his mother's pain is still raw.
Not a day goes by that I don't think about him and the life that was taken from him.
FBG Duck, whose real name was Carlton Weekly, was gunned down on the Gold Coast by a group of masked men as he waited to enter the Dolce & Gabbana store August of 2020. His girlfriend, Cache Williams, and another man also wounded in the attack. They joined Weekly's mother in filing a lawsuit Wednesday, alleging rap superstar Lil Durk had a hand in the gang-related killing, wanting to take out Weekly. Their years-long rivalry playing out in a series of violent drill rap songs.
Our complaint law lays out that a $100,000 bounty was placed on the life of FBG Duck to have him killed.
The lawsuit names a wide-ranging list of defendants, including Lil Durk, his record label, Only the Family, or OTF, and other larger labels that partnered with OTF, like Sony and UMG Interscope.
The lawsuit would make several serious claims about Durk and OTF, which in light of Durk's recent criminal charges could be incredibly damning for him financially, such as claiming that OTF is actually the media outpost of the O-Block criminal organization, and that prior to being incorporated as a music label, OTF was actually a collective of gangs consisting of O-Block 600, Lamron, THF, and other Black Disciple sets, as well as saying that OTF, the label, had acted as a conglomerate for these street gangs and a hub for their activity. The suit would then claim that OTF, the label, knew, or should have known, that the gang members that they had signed and employed were engaging in acts of serious violence and criminal activity. One of the prime examples being King Von himself, who the lawsuit would claim had taken part in robberies, assaults, and batteries in the presence of Lil Durk, with this being a probable reference to the 2019 incident in Atlanta, where Durk and Von were charged with attempted murder. One of the key claims of the lawsuit would seemingly be that Durk and Von had directly taunted FBG Duck before and after his death, and that the goal of this taunting was to expand the brand of OTF and to further the criminal enterprise of O-Block. Perhaps most damningly, the suit also claimed that Lil Durk and his brother DThang knew about the alleged $100,000 bounty that Von had put on Duck, and that DThang facilitated the events that led to Duck's murder, and that Lil Durk, King Von, and the O-Block 6 entered into agreements with each other to orchestrate the wrongful death of Duck to promote their commercial interests in selling music. These are some serious allegations, but whether or not they'll be able to actually prove this in court is another matter. Some of the claims, particularly the claims about the music, might be a little problematic, given the fact that there had been a lot of dissing between both FBG Duck and Lil Durk and Von, a beef which was very much a two-way street when they were all alive, something that both sides had engaged in for around a decade. In fact, you could even make the argument that FBG Duck not only started the dissing between him and Lil Durk, but also made the more vicious diss song, calling out numerous dead rivals from the BD side of the war, and obviously profiting from it too. But then again, FBG Duck is dead, and Lil Durk is still alive, and there's a big difference between diss songs and bullets. But on the other hand, OTF should probably have no less obligations than any other large media company. For example, what if it would turn out that CNN had hired some serious criminals to work for them and knowingly allowed their employees to murder people so that they had a constant supply of viral news clips, allowing them to rake in millions of dollars? It's probably safe to say that such a media company would not only get sued, but there's a fair chance to say that they would lose and people would go to prison. However, for now, it remains to be seen what, if anything, will come of this lawsuit. But the connection between FBG Duck's murder and Lil Durk seems to be something that's more than a coincidence. What is clear, though, is that the murder of FBG Duck was only the first of many that have now been connected to Lil Durk, and the following year in 2021, before the arrest of those responsible for Duck's murder, Lil Durk would end up experiencing a death of someone very close to him, someone who was allegedly involved in that murder of FBG Duck, his brother DThang, a loss which Durk took incredibly personally, and according to online rumors and recent paperwork, incited Durk to put money in the street to get revenge, money that would apparently lead to not just one, but 3 people losing their lives.
Crazy. Long live everybody, man.
DThang Jr., known to his family as Booney and to fans of his brother Lil Durk as DThang, was born on September the 15th, 1989. According to their mother's memoir, DThang was in many ways the polar opposite of his brother Durk, who was known as a wild child. However, DThang also had a short temper, which would often get him involved in fights, and as he grew older, he would also begin to spend a lot of time with older guys from the block, who were hanging out near their home on the corner of 72nd and Green, this area being associated with a local gang known as Dog Pound. Durk was seemingly always close with the Dog Pound crew, but likely due to his closest friends being from Lamron and Taytown, he would also spend more time in that area, despite living in the Dog Pound's hood.
Yeah, what block we on, Joe? Where we at? What's happening right now, man? What's good, man?
Billy D birthday, man. My cousin shit.
Everybody out here?
Yeah, man. And it's a big drill out here, man.
The big drill?
Big drill.
Where y'all from, man?
Boy.
Where y'all from, fam?
It's downtown right here, man.
DThang wasn't the only one in Durk's family tree who was claiming Dog Pound, as his late cousin and OTF artist Newski, who was seemingly very close with Durk and DThang throughout his childhood, would also claim this set, while also being closely affiliated with another set called Face World 079. Even the music video for Durk's first nationwide hit, This Ain't What You Want, was filmed in the Dog Pound's hood, as can be seen from the street sign of Green Street at the beginning of the video. Growing up, DThang would have 2 best friends, Chino and SB, who were both from the eastern side of the south side, with at least Chino allegedly being part of the THF 46 gang set located in the so-called low end. After graduating from high school, DThang would move to Iowa together with Chino and SB for work, but while being there, Durk would begin to send them songs that he was making, such as the track Lamron Wasted, which would begin to garner attention in Chicago, as SB would later explain during a DJU interview. He would be the one to tell Durk to move away from simply freestyling his lyrics and shouting out all his friends and affiliated sets to actually making more meaningful.
What did he title it, bro? Because this ain't no way Okay, Lil Durk's revenge. He gonna put the murder of DThang. Come on, bro. Like
lyrics that people from all over could relate to.
After high school, me, DThang, and Chino had moved to Iowa.
right.
You know what I'm saying? We was out there hustling with the, the work, whatever. Just hustling weed. Same time, I'm always not only stay in the streets, but I'm a corporate too. So I get a gig. You know what I'm saying? A little supervisor job at a plant. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hustling and working.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Doing both. So we out there around, just chilling. We went to Iowa. Go out there hustling and then working. So I never forget Durk started sending us songs. You know what I'm saying? Him and his homie Isaac, they were sending us records. I'm like, damn, this is really dope. I'm like, damn, you really got this. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even Lil Durk, he was Tay still. You know what I'm saying? So he finally shot a video with Reggie, Status TV. That's his cousin. You know what I'm saying, Reggie. And the video was wasted. It's probably still on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So it's wasted. So that started going up. Like, you know what I'm saying? It started doing good. Like, not even really doing YouTube videos like that yet.
Right.
So bro put it, and it just started going up. And so he want to do music for real. He want to do this seriously.
Right.
So we moved back. We was going back and forth, still hustling. Get money to fund this. We moved back and really started doing this serious. And then before you know it, like over just progressing, he kept recording records. I used to be on his like.
All right, gang. I'm gonna pause right there, man. We is an hour and 50 minutes in, gang. Almost 2 hours in. We got about 2 more hours left. So make sure you stick around, man. Subscribe to the channel. Cause I'm gonna bring these every day. If not every day, then every other day. Every other day. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the game, no count. But make sure you like the video, man. Let's get at least 15 likes. At least 15 likes, gang. That's something simple, man. Something simple. And Happy New Year's, gang. I forgot to tell y'all Happy New Year's. This is our year. You feel me? 2025, our year. You feel me? And click on one of these videos right here, man. I'm gone.